Very familiar passage of scripture, Daniel chapter number 3. Starting at verse number 16. For a little while tonight, I just want to talk about God is still able. God is still able. So you know what, tell your neighbor, preacher's going to preach about God is still able. Now lean on the other side and say, neighbor, old neighbor, whatever it is, God is still able. Now clap like he's able in this place. God is still able. One of the biggest weapons that Satan uses on us is deception. Satan wants us to think that this religious thing, this Christianity thing, is a fluke. He wants us to think that the God we serve has let us down. Because there are times in our life, and I've got to be honest, and I hope you be honest with me. There are times in our life when we reach for God and it seems like he's nowhere around. Oh, be honest with me tonight. There were times I looked for God and it seemed like he had gone on vacation. I know I'm not the only one. Had there ever been a time when your bills were stacked here and your money was down here and you were looking for God? Ought to have some help in here. Was it ever a time you went to the doctor and they diagnosed you with this and you were looking for God and it seemed like he did not show up on your behalf? I come to tell somebody tonight at Samartian Hill, please do not get discouraged when it seems like the God we serve doesn't show up. Because I'm reminded of the old folk in the old Zion Grove. They used to say all the time, he may not come. I wish I had some folk that know, but he's always. I need about 10 folk to just slap somebody and tell them he's always right on time. Just when you're about to give up and about to throw in the towel, look, God step right in. But the message tonight is, can you trust God even when you can't trace him? Do you have enough faith down in the inside of you to lift your hands when you're going through and say, God, I still trust you? Let me tell you what every one of us need to have in here. Every one of us need to have what I call a faith file. You need to know how to go in your faith file and look in your faith file and say, if he brought me through cancer, if he brought me through divorce, if he brought me when I was broke, he's the same God, just a different problem, just a different headache, but I serve the same God. If he brought me out back then, I wish I had some folk that need to help me and say, he'll do it for me right now. Grab your neighbor by the hand and say, neighbor, he's the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. Now look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, why are you trying to figure it out? He already worked it out. Somebody holler, preach, Travis. I'm doing the best I can. Let me tell you something. There's going to be some times in your life it's going to seem like it's some but, if not. There's going to be some times in your life when God say not yet. I wish I had some help in this place. They said, but if not, the God we serve, he's still able. Let me give you a testimony. About a couple of years ago, about 3 years ago, me and my wife was expecting our first child together. We were excited. We were just overjoyed because we were having our first child together. But some symptoms came up and my wife wasn't feeling good. She started feeling bad and it was all the signs of a miscarriage and the baby dying. So we began to pray. I got on my knees. I said, God, I'm your preacher. I'm your servant. God, I go to Sunday school. I go to Bible study. I live by the word. God, you got to fix this thing for me. You got to turn it around for me. God, you got to do it. So when we got to the hospital, looked at the monitor, they said the baby is dead. One of the most devastating times in my life. My wife was crying and I was riding all the way home trying to hold myself together. And I was like, God, you didn't do it for me. You didn't fix it. I'm singing about you and I'm kind of discouraged. And God took his hand and slapped me upside the head and said, what's wrong with you, boy? Don't you know if I don't do another thing, I've already done enough. You better shut your mouth and dry your eyes. Look at somebody and tell them, if you don't do it this time, he's already done enough for me to shout about. Tell somebody, tell him he's done enough. Everybody can't go to the next dimension with you. Until when I discovered that everybody can't go to the next dimension with you. Your dreams are too big for some people. Your morals are too big for some people. Your goals are too big for some people, so they can't go with it. I wish I had some help. When they see you going up, they get discouraged. That story told, and I'm getting out of here, I'm almost through. That story told of a snake that was on a plane. And the lady looked down before they began to take off. And she said, she done the correct thing. She got on the phone and called the pilot and said, hey, there's a snake at my feet. What do you want me to do? So the pilot said, hey, be calm. I'm going to walk you through this thing. So the woman noticed that they were backing up. And she said, hey, what's going on? You know, they were backing up. So all of a sudden, they began to take off. 1,000 feet. 5,000 feet. 10,000 feet. 20,000 feet in the air. So the woman got back on the phone and said, hey, didn't I tell you that there's a snake at my feet? So the pilot said, I want you to do me one thing. Look down at the snake now and tell me what it's doing. The pilot said the snake is dead. And the woman said, I don't know what happened. Can you tell me what happened? He said, snakes are terrestrial creatures. They can't stand a high altitude. So what I did when the snake came your way, I took you to another level. Can I preach to somebody today? You got some snakes in your life, but stay on the phone with God and watch him take you to another level.
Don't do it. It doesn't change his ability. I believe God is able. If he don't fix it, turn it around or make a way, it won't shake my faith. I believe. I wish I had some witnesses here. God is able. Then he said, if he don't heal this old body of mine, that's all right. I believe God is able. Just in case my plans don't line up with his plan, that's all right. I believe God is able. Chosen, come on, help me. If he don't do it, it doesn't change his ability. I wish I had a witness. I believe. Can I get a witness? God